welcome back to another day, another stream. I hope you guys are doing well on this Tuesday night so far. Um, my day's been going okay. I've just been trying to recover. Um, some of y'all don't know this, but and um, oh my god, um, I think I was gonna try to come on yesterday, but then just not been feeling the best. And I still am not, but you know, I thought I'd just come in for a little bit, just ask questions with y'all and have fun for a bit, and distract me for a good few. And I'm not really gonna be in here that much longer, but um, all that. And I kind of just thought I would give you guys some updates on what it's like in here. And so right now I'm just laying down in bed. You're gonna see it being a little bit dark, but mind that. Um, some of y'all know I even keep it this dark anyway at this time. And so, because y'all, this light is light that's used. So just so you guys know there's proof, it's right there. Which some people know, some people don't, which is okay. But I haven't felt great for 2 days in a row because I have had an insane headache. And then just felt miserable. And then, like it all started yesterday where I had a terrible headache all day, felt like crap, and my stomach was hurting, and my stomach was hurting, and I even was feeling dizzy a couple times too. So, aka the side effects of my epilepsy plus stomach pain. That does not mix well. And so, yeah, it was crazy. So, let me just try to get myself adjusted, get comfortable with y'all. But yeah, and so, yeah, so, yeah, so Lily, and y'all get this. I even literally worked a 4-hour shift yesterday with all of this going on, which I was kind of shocked I even did that, y'all. Cause y'all, I would never, I can never do what I just did then. And y'all, I don't know how often it is for anyone to even get that, you know. But y'all, it takes a lot of effort just to try to power through the hours and all that. Hey there, Vanessa. I see you're new here. No, I think you're returning. Excuse me. How are you doing? I think so, because your name's familiar, I think. So welcome back. Um, let's see. How did I say your name? Let me go crazy. Greatest, I see you're new here. Oh, thank you, Christian. Thank you for letting me know. I can tell that you're new. Megan, I can tell you're new here. So welcome. Yeah, I can tell that you're returning, Vanessa, because I think I remembered you from like a good, maybe a couple days ago. And good thing I caught my, a good thing is I caught myself doing that there, because y'all, I get so many subscribers on here, so it's always hard to keep track. So if I am seeing one or two of y'all come in here and I mistake you guys as a new person, just know that, I get so many subscribers every day, and it's hard to keep track, which it's relatable. And so, yeah, hey there, how, hang on, Vance, I'm gonna call you that because the first part of your name, which I can tell that you're new. Wait, who am I reading? Hold up. Excuse me. That's not, okay, see, look, that's my brain, y'all. But, no, so let's see, keep working at your dreams, thanks. Peyton, I can tell you're new, so welcome. But yeah, good evening to you too. There, Peyton, I'll call you that right now because I'm reading the first part of your name right now. And all that. Y'all, let's go. Let's start kicking off the leg count, in which we're just getting that started. But yeah, we're just relaxing, and yeah, I mean, it's crazy because y'all should have seen it actually. And actually, technically, a lot of this started Sunday night, actually, with just kind of a headache and just some of it, but really a majority of it kicked toward like Monday. Well, actually it did start Sunday night for a lot of it, and the best way to freaking describe it is and parts of me to describe it was it kind of felt like, okay, when y'all have like that nauseous sensation feeling where like you feel it in your system, like you think you might be throwing up at any point, but you're not, but it just makes you really not relaxable. That's kind of what Sunday night did to me. And so, but thankfully I didn't really puke or anything that night. So, but yeah, like my stomach was killing me, my head was killing me, and even I was dizzy a couple of times too, which the dizziness and headache is mainly side effects, but at that moment, um because for some of you that are new to me here, I am a 20-year epileptic survivor, meaning I have been diagnosed with epilepsy ever since I was born, and I occasionally get side effects from my meds, which are dizzy spells and headaches. And I hate to get them, but at least the meds help with my seizure activity, which is all that matters for right now. Is if it's doing one thing that's supposed to do, okay, that's fine. But if it's just gonna keep doing it, then there's a reality you're living with, and you can't always control it. And so, um, yeah. But Madison, I see you're new here. Welcome. How are you doing? And all that. Um, Brahma, welcome back. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. And I am so glad currently the live right now. I'm thankful for right now. I'm gonna say it now without me spoiling it. Thank you for those of you in here right now that aren't starting things. I am thankful for that. Because I really don't want to have to tonight. I really don't want to have to tonight even try to even get on to people just being ridiculous. Because, I've not. Because the thing is, I haven't felt great since like yesterday. And, you know, you just do your best at it. And actually, to continue more of that story, a little more, yeah, so the majority of that started Sunday night. But then I was like, you know what, let me go to bed by, I probably didn't get to bed till like 1 something in the morning at first, just because I was brushing my teeth and all that, but also my dad came in at one point and asked me a question about one of my dogs, because I guess he was trying to find her, and I guess asked me if she was in here, which she was not. And so, but then finally they did, so that was sorted. And then after that, I went to bed and then woke up from my alarm, which was 6:15 in the morning for work. And all that. And the funny part, y'all, was I started feeling better by that morning, like the first maybe few minutes of the morning, but then after that it kicked back in. And so it started back up again, but worse. So let's just say, y'all, that I worked a full on 4-hour shift feeling like that. Like I was miserable. Like I'll tell you, me getting back and forth from what I was doing at work a lot. Oh, and I will say this. In general with me, I am I'm not always the kind of person that is quiet all the time. I mean, occasionally yes, but there's some occasions where I'm a little bit talkative and look like my normal self, but oh y'all, I will say this now. AKA yesterday when I went into work, oh, I just felt slow. I just felt just slow and just not myself at all that day. But I was shocked I even made it all 4 hours. And then all that, and even I'm shocked I even did that. And so, um, yeah, so after completing a 4-hour shift of work that day, came home like normal, and I just did what I would do, relaxed for a few minutes, and then crashed for like an hour from like 2 to 3:40, just to try to at least wire up a little bit. But yeah, I was miserable still when I woke up. It was ugh, crazy. Like it was absolutely wild. Let me get up for a second. Give me a moment. but um, but yeah, it was crazy. And so yeah, it's crazy. And so um, yeah, it was wild, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, and then today, y'all. I mean, the crazy part, I still haven't really felt good today, but um everything else but my headache was about stable, and all that was really there was just my dang headache, but took several, I mean, like basically like 2 rounds worth of Motrin, and one of the meds we normally have on hand is Excedrin, which will do well with like migraine based stuff. Um, I was trying to look for that next, but seems like we were out. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, we're gonna continue using Motrin until for the notice, and y'all, Motrin does decent for me the majority of the time. So I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna do it every 6 hours if needed, and all that. And so, like, the next time I can't take it around is not till like 1 in the morning next, because I already took a second round, or at least second-ish round, towards like 7, like basically a few hours ago, and all that. And so, let me see, who else am I not seeing in it? Hey there, welcome back. I knew that you're returning because of your name, so welcome back. And also, Joe, welcome back as well. How are y'all both doing? And all that. Hey, hopefully, could you let up? Oh my gosh, Joe, why are you even starting me that I was hoping that we were not going to get chaos in here? And we did so well for like the first few minutes, and it's kind of starting. Let's just hope this is just the only chaos I'm getting, because, oh boy. I better not do it bad tonight. Anywho, right, right back to what I was saying before that. Um, but yeah, it was crazy, and so, um, yeah, but, um, yeah, and all that and stuff like that. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. One bit. Yeah, usually Excedrin helps with migraines, but since we were out, I mean, hey, the thing is, only thing you can do about stuff like that is if the second main option's out, just keep doing what you've been doing, because that still works the same too, to its best ability. Like, for example, y'all, the majority is I take Motrin a lot for headaches in general, because for me, I feel like it works quicker on my own half for some reason. So, for example, like if I get my main side effects headaches like usual, take a Motrin, works. But then if there's a time where it's like migraine based or so, then maybe at first take maybe a couple rounds of Motrin, see what it does, and then if it's getting to the point where it's sticking around still, to where it could be alarming, then okay, I'll go into that step. But in cases like this where we're out, or we didn't realize it we're out, just keep doing it. Cause I mean, Tylenol's a good option too, but I just don't know how it would react, for me at least. Cause you know, it's just good to take pain meds you're familiar with, and you know that it's worked before to your ability. And so, yeah, it was crazy. And so, even all day today, all I've done today is just rested a bunch and trying to get somewhat better for work tomorrow, because, oof, I swear to God, if I have this in the morning, I'm not about to try to possibly do another repeat of yesterday. Because, y'all, that repeat of Monday was, aka yesterday, was chaotic. And just, ugh, couldn't, couldn't even bear. Even do. I mean, like I said, y'all should have seen me trying to survive all 4 hours on foot during that. And so, um, yeah. Um, are you a. I. Deals. Okay. First off, some of you here I'll just show the tail for proof. I'm a girl. And I swear, Nicole, I will say this, you're not the first person that asks me that bunch. I get other people in this life that ask me about that question half the time. And, you know, either it's because, oh, they don't realize it, or they're insane enough to not know that. And I mean, you know, sometimes I can kind of see why, because my hair's tied back and my hair's a smidge shorter. So it's kind of hard to tell and all that for like the first little bit until I really say it to you guys. Then you're like, oh, okay, cool. You know. So it's okay. Trust me. You're not the only one that's asked that. I've gotten a good couple people that have asked it too. So it's not the first rodeo that it's been asked. And all that, which is okay. But yeah, so, um, hey there, Alan. I could tell you're new. Oh, that's funny. That's my boyfriend's actual legal name, but spelled the other way, which is Allen. That's funny. Just haven't realized that. And all that. And yes, for a couple of my returning people in this chat, that's one fact about him that y'all don't know about. Is that's actually his actual legal. But I like his nickname better than his actual legal. But, you know, I just thought it was so funny reading that made me think that for some reason. Which, you know, it's pretty cool at the same time. But yeah. And so, yeah. But yeah, Fighter, I see you're new here. So welcome. What's up? Hope life is good and continue to get. Oh, thanks. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, right now I'm trying to recover from just trying to. Like, I've been trying to recover from just a dang headache these past couple of days and also some other things on top of that, which have made me to the point where I've not felt great for the majority of the day. And even yesterday, I even had to work a full 4-hour shift in the morning up to like early afternoon on foot. Like, y'all, I was literally on my feet all 4 hours. And it's kind of, y'all, I don't know how I did that. I really don't know how I did it yesterday like that, but I'm surprised I did it. I'm surprised I even survived that day too from it. And some of y'all can relate to that feel too. And so, um, yeah. And all that. And so, yeah. And all that. Hang on. Let's sit back down for a second. But yeah. Yeah. And to answer your question, Alan, no, I'm not autistic. I'm actually an epileptic. To flip that a little bit. Hang on. I'm talking way too quick. Revara, that's an interesting name. I can tell that you're new here, though. So welcome. Let's see. What did bro ask to? What did bro ask to Still this bad. What's up? Home life is good. Okay. Yeah, see, let's try to read some of that too. Because you never know what chats I'm missing too. And, to kind of go over some of the stuff in here for the majority of everyone in here, just as a friendly reminder, please be sure you are being respectful in here because, I don't want to have to play the victim, but also I really don't want to have to deal with anybody tonight and all that because, I just don't. Nobody doesn't. So just please, for those of you who are just coming in, just please be sure you are being respectful to your ability. And if there's ever thoughts in your own head that are rude, don't say it. Just don't. Keep it to yourself only and not to where a whole lot of people can see what the heck you said, because when you say it in the chat, you're not gonna realize that there's more people seeing what you put. Just so y'all know that. And Horton, that's a cool name. I can see you're new here. So welcome. You look like a queen. Like you are a fun girl who likes to. What? I'm not gonna just look at all of that, but anywho. Yeah, anyway, we're just hanging out, y'all. And then also another rule, like I said, is be respectful. And even I have mods in my chat too, just so some of you are aware. And I really don't want to have to play victim for anybody, because my job on here should only have to be is answering questions and having fun with y'all and not trying to play security. Nuh-uh. That would be like the stupidest thing in the world. I'm not gonna lie. And even I'm a person that you don't want to be messing with me. I will just say that now. And even my own zodiac will give it away too. With all that. And so, yeah, so just be sure you are being respectful of not just me, but everyone else in the live too, because they're coming in here to have fun themselves and not trying to see other people's rude responses, because you never know, maybe that person's going through something and they want something to escape from for like 5 minutes to an hour, you know? And even that's why, even on my channel, I make this a positive free zone here, meaning we are positivity free, and even I'm also a negativity, negativity free zone here. So if someone negative is trying to come in this chat, technically two of the three options you can do. Either one, kindly escort yourself out, or I will pitch in and do it for you, or one of my mods that might be in here at that time might do it themselves. And I'd rather not be the one putting you guys out of here, because, that's not how this should work. So just to clarify with anyone in here, a couple of y'all know pretty well how this works, but for new people here, different story. Because They're new. They're still learning how this works too. But, yeah. So, anywho, we're just relaxing, chilling, and all the things. And so, do you really think? Okay, we're gonna continue and all that. Um, but yeah, yeah, let's go 5 people like live if you haven't already. Um, in here, I'm gonna keep going forward. In here. But that's just what's going on. At the moment, we're just hanging out, chilling. I'm just resting in my bed. Especially trying to recover from a lot of the chaos that's happened to me. But, I'm only on here for a good little bit to see how you guys are doing and stuff. Um, but yeah, even on, like I said, all day today, I've just been recovering and just trying to get better and hoping that today's the friggin' last day that I have to put up with this. And hoping and just hoping that, knock on wood, tomorrow, we're just hoping, knock on wood, tomorrow I am not having to go into work like this and not pull another me and not pull another um and trying not to pull what I did. Not really what I did, but I'm trying not to hope that I'm not having to look like myself Monday. Cause y'all, Monday was like the worst I felt, not looked, but like I don't want to try to pull off what I did Monday, where I literally did a 4-hour shift on foot while feeling miserable, and that was like probably the worst shift I did, honestly. Cause knowing that I literally just worked through that was impressive, and I don't know how rare that is for any of us to do that, and so, um, yeah. So that's what's going on there. Um, okay, who am I looking at in the chat? Okay. Question: how many stomps get? Um, Clade, what the? Okay, first of all, what kind of question is that? And again, we don't. I'll just kindly say this real fast. Don't try to ask anything inappropriate or stupid, because to me that kind of sounds like in my own defense. It's like the dumbest kind of question that, you know, anyone would ask stuff like this, but I don't know why people still would ask it. When really that's like a inside thought. I'll just say that from an adult perspective and all that. And yeah, and some of you might not even know that as well. Anywho, um, let's see. Let's see. Must be something wrong with. Anyway, And also I will say this, I read, oh gosh, I made my camera move that way. And also just so everyone is aware, I read the majority of y'all's comments. So if anyone starts thinking I don't read my comment section in here, I do. Like right now, thankfully, it's not to the point where it's taking me like maybe 10-15 minutes to read every single chat. Because there's been at least a couple of lives where it's taken me about that long. Maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes, just depending how long it is. But, you know, hey, the thing that matters though is I'm reading y'all's comments, and I'm not trying to be any other content creator that's skipping chats like that, you know? And all that. But yeah. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah. So anyway, we're just hanging out at the moment. But yeah. But also, I do other things in there too. I mean, I answer y'all's questions. I see how you guys are doing, you know? And y'all, that's just what we do here. Let's go 5 likes in the chat, y'all. Definitely keep tapping if you haven't. Also, I haven't said this yet either. I usually say this in the beginning, but also I say it throughout. Is be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell down below so you don't miss any future updates from yours truly. And Joe, to answer your question, I'm 20. You may look at me and think I'm way younger than 20, but I am. Which I mean, I don't, age is a number, and I don't care by appearance on that. So basically, technically, I really should be saying I'm 20, almost 21, technically, in the next 4 months. Almost 4 months, actually, almost 3 months. Okay, y'all, I'm just not realizing that. Oh my gosh. I'm actually saying that. Wow. In the morning, will be 3 months. Oh, what? How? Okay, how the heck? See, that's my ninth thoughts right there. How the heck? How the heck am I almost gonna be 21 in almost 3 months in the morning? That's insane. Like, y'all, where's time? Like, where's the time gone? Like it feels like I just turned 20 yesterday, and now I'm about finding out that the next day I'm almost 3 months away from being 21. That's insane, right there. And so, um, crazy. First of all, yeah. And all that. So, um, yeah. And plus, I'm not trying to even flip on it just because of my medical stuff. And I just don't want anything to happen to just my own safety. And I mean, hey, it's okay. No one, you don't have to always have kids. I mean, that's why there's an option too. But I just, ugh. I mean, even though technically one of my side hustles I do for volunteer work is working with preschoolers on at church every month or two, which I love what I do, but doing other people's kids is way better than raising your own and for some people that have kids on here, y'all know how that goes. We all know how that goes. it gets it can get crazy at points, which, you know, that's normal. And, you know, if, and it really also just depends on the person too. If they want kids, okay, go for it. If you don't. It's a pick and choose. It's your own decision. Like me for a while, like the first good few years, okay, I did think on, I really was, at, but then at one point, really thinking into it, it's like, it's like me thinking about my epilepsy and all that, even though it's not really genetic, but, I just don't want there to be a situation where, like, what if I end up, I'm not saying I would, but just what if there's a possible chance that I end up having a kid who gets diagnosed with the same medical condition as me, and then my future husband's having to deal with 2 times the seizure activity than he's having to deal with. And that's gonna be a nightmare. And, that's just gonna be chaotic. And, and plus with kids, I don't want them to, and even with, like, kids, I don't want, like I said, if I did have kids, I wouldn't want them to look at me during a seizure and get over crazied and scared by it. Because, with kids, it also gets wild too. And, with kids that are learning everything, you know, it's kind of good for their well being and all that to not have to see that. Because some things it's fine, but things like seizures, oof, no. I don't want them getting traumatized by it and really getting afraid of it all, especially if they're not familiar with it or even seen others around them, you know, just for my own safety. And it's just good to, and it's good to be safety aware of your environment, what you feel is best for you, and that's for me is what's best for me. Dear God. Um, but yeah, and so, um, okay, let's see here. Alyssa, thank you so much. I appreciate your comment. And, South Texas Gambler, I see that you're new. Welcome. How are you doing? I think you're new. But I get so many new people, so it's hard to always tell. Not everybody, but a couple people. But hopefully you're doing well and don't try to be flirt with me, but I'm gonna give you a chance here. Just to see what you do. But yeah, so, and you, um, that's just what's going on. Sorry, it. I hate when that happens, though. When an itch wants to start like this, and it's like at the craziest time frame and all that, which a lot of y'all can relate to that, but still. And hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm just trying to recover just I mean, the past 2 days I've just been trying to get over a couple of things that just have not made me feel the best. Like, I've had a terrible headache for the past 2 days, like yesterday and today, and even in the middle of the night of Sunday too. So almost would be saying 3, but it technically started like in the middle of the night, so like Monday still. And all that. So, um, yeah. And so, um, yeah, pretty crazy. And so, um, yeah. Let's go 6 likes in the chat. But, hang on. And so, um, yeah, pretty crazy. Hang on. Oh, I might need to, um, hey there, Squeaky. I'm actually a female. Yeah, I'm having to use my tails just to show proof. Just to show the proof I'm a female here. I've got the ponytail. Yeah, but it's also because my hair is a lot shorter too, so it's a lot smaller. But how are you doing? Monkey, I can pretty much tell you're new here. So welcome. How are you doing? And yes, for anyone that, and like I said, this is, see, that's why from um earlier, hang on, the Connie was getting earlier with the same response. Trust me, that's why I said that that person's not the only person I've heard ask me that on here. Trust me. So, and for anyone else in here, don't look at really those questions that pop up that try to ask me by gender like that, because I've gotten so many people asking me, and I don't really pay attention to a whole lot of detail like that, but because I know my own identity, you know, and people just don't have the right mindset that they're thinking. Not saying you do, but there's a couple people that just don't get it, which is okay, because they're learning themselves. And so, and plus, I don't mess with anyone like that. So, anyway, moving forward. I know the name is bad, but I'm too tired, and don't want to switch to my other accounts. It's okay. There. It's really okay. You don't have to. I don't even remember you. I don't even, it is a-okay, trust me. There's no right way to do stuff like that. Trust me. You can be on that account or any account. It doesn't matter. Just do what you're comfortable with. Like, you can stay on that one, or just, you know. But Monkey, I swear, trust me, you don't have to switch accounts. And actually, I don't even think I even. Hey, give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna get my robot for a few minutes. Just because I feel like putting it on for a good little bit. And all that. Um, and I did see a couple people are coming in as I speak, too. Actually, this will give you a good identification of my gender right there. So give me just a moment. And for anyone who also is just coming in, please be aware to be respectful of others around you. And all that. Hang on. Let me see where to put. Hang on. Might have the other half to it. Hang on. Yep, it's in here. So I was basically getting the belt part of it so I can tie it. Anywho. Oh, thank God my mods are working. Anywho, who have I not looked through yet? This account was a joke, but I logged in planning to troll people, but you seem too nice, not gonna lie. Oh, okay, and also thank you for your honesty there. I will say that. Honesty is important most and foremost. There. Mo. Okay, there you go. There's your name. Okay. Cool, that's better for me to say than me saying what I've been trying to say. Posey, hey there. They need to crack down on this. I just saw a 40-year-old man dry humping his student. Oh gosh, people. So I have a question. Brahma, what is your question there? Which you can ask anything. Just, be appropriate, but which I know you will, because I trust you. Oh gosh, okay. Bye, Mo. Hey there, Michael. I can see that you're new here. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully everyone else in here is doing good too. I'm just gonna grab my robe in here and hang on, this is trying to show. This is not what I'm trying to do. Oh, you know what? Y'all, I need to show you this cool trick that I saw with actually tying a rope. For anyone that does not know this. So, apparently, we all have been tying a dang robe this entire time, so we've not been wearing it right. So, for those of you that are like mine that have the belt, what you apparently actually do is just don't put it around like an actual belt. Like, you don't go all the way around. You just do the front and then grab and then tie it. Actually, let me just kind of rearrange it a little bit just to. And then you tie it like so. Which is crazy. Like, who would have thought? Y'all, who would have thought I even tied it? I've been tying it wrong this entire time. But, I mean, hey, luckily there's life hacks for a reason. Even videos that even explain and demonstrate it really well. And look at that. The best part about it, let me actually tilt my camera down just a little bit if it stays up. The best part about it is it actually, but also the reason why for is you can also make it tighter than you could. That's actually the best part is it's actually a little more snug on me. I mean, regardless, this fits, but it just makes it a smidge more snug to where it stays. And look how cute it is too. I mean, I love this robe. I've had this robe for probably a year and a half, at least maybe almost 2 years now, and I love it because of the color and the flower print all over it, and I like that it's lightweight. So even in the summer months, when I feel like just wearing it, I can still wear it even in the summer. You know, and it's also just cute to wear too. And something I do like about this is it also has a slit, so also it kind of shows off that little look a little bit. too. So, um, yeah. How many times would you forgive a friend who keeps, hang on, how many times would you forgive a friend who keeps disrespecting and pushing your boundaries? Okay, you actually asked me a good question that I've had from experience myself. Um, Rowan, to answer your question from experience, I will say this because I've had experience with a couple of old friends of mine that I knew, and they would do it to me. And if I were you, and I'll just answer like I have had, if in this situation, to answer that fully, if I had to re-answer it, I probably would say up to the point that they're messing, like, for example, I can actually say an example here. One of my friends, one of my friends I used to be, I mean, I have two friends, y'all, which is good, but a friend of mine, um, one of my friends back in like middle school kind of timeline, when she was actually a friend one of my sporting, from one of my sports I did back in the day, which aka she was one of my teammates. And she and I were good friends for a good while, but then I will say this, she and I would go back to back a lot where she will act disrespectful and dumb, and then and then start getting into fights, and then there were points where she would pressure me to do things I wasn't comfortable doing, and even it was like a constant battle back and forth of blocking her to unblocking her, blocking her, unblocking her. And I probably gave this girl up to 6 freaking chances to see if she would freaking change. Because with me, I don't when it comes to things like that, I wait to see if that person's gonna switch on me. And if I'm noticing that they're doing the same pattern constantly, so like if you're like for example, if you're friends with a certain person that you knew, and let's say that he or she's trying to do something similar to that or worse to that, and you're noticing that similar pattern too, where they're doing the same things and then they're being normal about it and then doing it again, and it's getting to that point, if I were you, block them on everything, head to toe, and don't even get in contact. Because who, I will say, I'm thankful at one point after the 6th chance that I gave this person, I was like done for it. Like I was actually done. Cause y'all, I'm not gonna keep friends in my life if they're gonna be disrespectful to me, regardless. Cause y'all, who wants to be friends with someone who's just gonna be rude and they're not gonna be there? They're not gonna actually support you when you need them, you know? And so, yeah, and I'm like I said, the way I answer that is by my own experience too, because from what you've asked, I have a pretty good estimate on that because I've experienced it myself when I was younger. And I mean, I've also experienced it too a little bit in my adulthood too, but um, yeah. And who else am I looking at? What did she um to answer your question, Ben, it's been a long time. I mean, there were times she would, um, what's the best thing I remembered her doing to me? The things I remembered she would try to make me do is, it's like I said, it's been a long time. That's actually how good it's been since then. But things, let's just say, some stuff she did were not really the best things you would want people to do to you, especially at like in your teens. You'd want to do. So for example, she would um constantly try to um I'll say some of the things she did to me were she would constantly call me when times I didn't want to call at the time, which, there's times I do, sometimes I don't, which is okay. And she would call at the unexpected times that I did not want her calling at, or just didn't want to answer, which is okay. And I told her, hey, I don't want to call at the moment. And she would just not respect it. And then everything she did were, let's say she was asking me to, um, for, let's say she asked me if, let's say she was trying to have me play something with her, like a game or something. And let's say I didn't want to. Or, she'll force it on me. She'd be kind of like some of those people that would force you to do it anyway. And then, um, yeah, I mean, just stuff like that. But and y'all, and for reference, I was at least in middle school going into like almost like I was at least in my middle school years going into my high school years with the majority of this. But I think at that time it was at least middle school me when she was doing a lot of it. And so, um, yeah, it was stupid. But then, um, yeah, it's crazy though, y'all. Um, how do I word a lot of these here? No, not abuse level. Thankfully, I'm thankful for that part, or else I would have had to be a lot worse than that. Um, Tony, I see you're new here too. I just not noticed your name there. Charm, hey there, I see you're new. And then who else am I reading? Then did she assault you? No. No, she didn't assault me, luckily. Not to she didn't do anything to where like you could get arrested for it. Kind of deal. Thank the Lord. Or else that could have been 10 times worse. But at the same time, that would feel good at the same time. Because she does kind of deserve it too. And all that. And then, man, and then I also remember there being times where recently with another person, long story short, she was a good friend of me. Just to put it in a short perspective, another friend I was friends with, I was friends for about 10 years with, and then um, my best friend and her also were good friends too because I introduced her to her like a good friend would do. And one day they were talking like normal, and then all of a sudden this person wants to start bringing up not true stuff about me that isn't true. Like just saying like the typical things like, oh, I'm not a good person to her, or I am not there for her when I am. And the fact that this other person, I've known her for 10 years straight. So ever since 2017, for reference, y'all. Like I was literally in middle school at that time. So basically since middle school. And I'm literally almost 21. Yeah, y'all, I mean, some of the friends I've been friends with were either around some of this, and then another person, um, one other friend of mine that I had another encountership similar to this, but she's not, but this other person wasn't like the main drama in it. Um, she, one time I remember this other friend of mine, she sent me um a Snapchat friend request, which I was like, okay, cool, because she wasn't like, okay, if we think about it this way, some some friends, like, they will have at least a group chat where at least two or three of them are in it, and it's like the chaos group there, where a lot of the stupidity drama goes in there half the time, and I don't, and that has to involve one person in it, aka me. And this one time, this one girl, I mean, these mainly are females, but um, and so um, and all that, and um, so I go to accept her friend request like normal. Like, I didn't think anything was gonna happen because she was really never the problem. It was only two people uh, within like all of us, and at first it started off normal, and I was saying hey to her and text on there, just catching up because it's been a long time. But then, but then let's just say she starts, after the first couple of good texts, then it goes straight to jumping into old drama from like a long time ago. And y'all, we all know how that goes. It's ridiculous. And it was more of like typical things that were kind of similar to some of the things I've said, but with these two people I brought up, and then her in it, but this third person was never the problem. It was two. Only two of them were the problem. Because he was kind of like, and I will say this, luckily one of the people in this case was an actual Gemini. So, bam, Gemini is a one good reason right there, because y'all, Geminis are two-faced. And they can go from being good at one point to them being a freaking jerk. And then y'all, a Libra like myself here, I like I keep things chill and I don't like the drama, and that's, y'all, even for me, I feel like that describes me a bunch on here, because whenever anyone in here acts out, there's a couple points where I'm having to almost lose it sometimes. And y'all, that's one thing, because us Libras will serve justice, but also try to keep the peace and chill together and not start things. And they're always there for others when needed, like you're supposed to, and all that. And, yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's long story short, but, I mean, yeah. And so, that's just what's going on there, y'all, but we're just, oh, that's cool, Abby. Nice. Um, my boyfriend I know is a Cancer, and best part with Cancers is they are nurturing and they're caretakers, so they actually take care of you. So I'm with someone that actually does, and he actually does that perfectly, like he's supposed to. And so it's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty wild, y'all. Yeah, it's pretty insane of dating a Cancer, but it's crazy to believe that. And all that. Abby, ooh, you gotta, yep. And that's, yeah, it's good to, and let me say this, it's good to be dating someone who will take care of you regardless. Like, I feel like he's taken care of me a bunch. Like, times I've not felt great, like these past couple days, too. If I'm feeling down or I'm beating myself down to something, he's always the type of man that will be there for me and just let me know that he loves me and that he'll always let me know to get better soon. Just he's just so patient with me, which is good because men should be patient regardless. Because not all men know what girls go through, but also not all men know what they're going through, regardless of anything, you know? And it's crazy. Like, some of us here might be going through the worst season right now, and they're not being supportive, or maybe an occasion thing popped up, like a memory you used to remember that haunts you these days. Like, maybe a family member passed away, or a friend passed away, or a pet that you love passed away, and every time it gets close to that time, you just you get hit by it quicker, and you want support, and he's been nothing but amazing, which I'm thankful for. And even I'm just thankful for how good he is to me. And even he's the type of person that I would, and it feels crazy to say it like this, but he's someone who I can 100% trust without a doubt. Because, fun fact, y'all, he and I actually were friends prior to us dating. And he was also a good friend too before we started dating too. And so I can trust him well enough to know that if I tell him something, that I want to keep it private, or, I can trust him 99.9% to keep it together and not try to share it. And that's just, you know, and like I said, it takes a lot to trust a person like that, cuz y'all, trusting men these days is hard as it is. So to date someone who you can sense after a good little bit of getting to know them, it's like, oh, you can let your guard down and know that you can feel trusted, knowing that they're not gonna do something stupid to you overnight, you know. And so, um, exactly, they're not gonna try to kill you overnight, which I hope not, you know. And so, I've never trusted a man, and I never will. Exactly. Yeah, because certain, and even people in general, just depends on the person, you know? Whether if you're good friends with someone or not, it's like, you know, like a good bit of my friends I can trust, but one or two, after a while, eh, they could be sliding into that point. And man, it's a trap. Shouldn't have been. Truck shouldn't have been. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it depends on the person, you know? Like, like, I'm just thankful that he's just been amazing to me. And just, like I said, he's been there. He's been there, and he's been there with me through it before. And, you know, I'm just thankful for that. And so, um, I like women with confidence. You don't get it. You don't got it. But, yeah. And so, um, yeah. And something about my person, even I love, is that whenever I'm going through my tough days, whether if it's side effects, because some of y'all know I'm a 20-year epileptic survivor. But for those of you that are new that don't know that about me, I was diagnosed with epilepsy when I was when I was a baby, but at one point in my life, literally had um, intense brain surgery 18, 19 years ago when I was almost 2 years old. So back in 2007 of September 4th, just to have a chance at living. Because at one point, doctors were saying that it's a 50-50 chance of me likely surviving. Well, not really surviving, but a 50-50 chance of being able to do stuff like actually hit milestones at ages, and also and even thinking of what my life might be looking like if, like, even there was possible chance of them saying that I might not possibly be able to drive or go to work or even hold a job or go to school, make friends, or even date. And y'all, about I'll say this now, 20 years later, y'all look at me now. I'm dating a person that has loved me since day one of, which was September 18th of 2023, which was my senior year of high school. And oh, it's been amazing. And sure, I get side effects here and there, but you know, hey, if I have to deal with that every now and then to maybe every couple days, okay. I don't like living with it, but I just do the best I can until it really gets it. But it's also from the brain surgery itself, too, just from the recovery of it. And for those of you that wonder, they took I mean most, of the right side, so most of the right upper campus of my brain to have a chance. Like, yeah, and it's impressive, I will say that. So, yeah, it's really powerful to think about and just, you know, and y'all, that's also how good God is too, because even God can work in you in so many ways that you don't even know as well, and all that. Jason, let's see. Hello, very good. And yeah, I agree. Yep, I am confident. And, um, some things a part of me might not show it, but with me, that matters right now, that just matters in general, is I do my best. And if something seems confusing or I don't seem confident, I ask for help and just learn from it. And then after that, make it seem like clockwork. Like that. And then it'll work. Straight up. You know? And so, um, yeah, but y'all were just chilling for a couple minutes. And all that. We won't get dizzy. But that's just side effects doing this, but also me not feeling great doing all this too. So, um, yeah. And actually, there you go, y'all are catching it all live. But, anywho, um, Honestly, I'll probably be on here for maybe a couple more minutes. And then I will crash. So that way I can be up for work, but also see how the heck I feel in the friggin' morning. Because it's a 50-50 chance if this will actually be better, or if I'm gonna have to do another repeat of Monday. Most likely. Which I pray not. I pray I'm not having to do a Monday repeat. I messed up, which, ugh, that would suck. For me, honestly. That just would. Just because of just the headache feel and just, you know, it's what you gotta do. But yeah. Corbin, I see you're new here, I think. So welcome. How are you doing? I also not read yet. Okay, no, I read about mostly one so far, so we're good on that. Um, y'all, let's go 10 likes in the chat. Definitely keep tapping if you haven't already, and all that, and be sure to like and subscribe down below, and also hit the notification bell and set that to all notifications so you get all updates on here, even when I go live to posting content and more from me that you might not want to miss, and all that. I'm also in Wisconsin, but the evil part. Oh, the evil part of Wisconsin is crazy. Dang. I never even knew that, honestly. Actually, I never even knew that a part of Wisconsin even has something chaotic like that. But that's also because I've never traveled out of state. But also, I've not really ever thought areas and learned areas that are like, oh, be an eye out for a certain part, you know? And so, um, but good to know though, for sure. And so, maybe, guess, spells, oh gosh, that's insane. Oh Lord, have mercy on us. That's crazy. But, I mean, well, yeah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, this friggin' egg is so chill. And so, um, yeah, but we're just chilling. Man, I even need to still figure out what the fruit I am wearing as a potential. You know what? Screw this. I'm gonna have to select a dang top of my own, most likely. Sorry, I've had even top out options for work tomorrow too, because normally one of my friends, um, she helps me out mainly picks on just to make it a little easier. And I think she's asleep already, so that's great. So I've got trying to get something picked urgent. So, um, yeah. So that's. I mean, I know what pants I'm wearing because I'm gonna wear just some standard black athletic shorts, which I've liked wearing. Because thankfully, where I work, thankfully, we're pretty chill back with attire, thankfully. So thankfully, I don't really have to wear anything certain, thankfully. Even though it kind of feels nice too, but I like that where I work, I can wear like t-shirts, shorts, jeans, and all that. And so, yeah. But um yeah. Um and so yeah, and also who would I see in my chat? Yes, they are, and sunsets are incredible, especially for someone who lives in the country, aka me. And I've seen firsthand how the country sunsets are. It's like a dream come true. Like, let me see, I'll pull up an example of one that I've captured. I've captured so many pics. So much action, too. I'll show you a good one I've got. Like, I've got so many. Oh, there's so many of them, like pink. Um, I'm just picking a good one to show you guys. Give me a second. It's crazy. So, oh, you know what? Oh, this one's like going because that's me in the background. Well, I'll show you a couple of different ones now. For example, this is one of them, but I'll show you a couple more because that's not just it. That's literally me from like a year or two ago. Just crazy to look back at that. And then also, um, here's a good example. This is another good one too. Which, ah, y'all country life is the best with sunset activity. I'm gonna give it a good little bit so you guys can get a good look at it. Just see how cool it is. But yeah, literally incredible. And so, um, oh, anywho, thank you so much there, Temper. I can see that you're new here. Welcome. And also, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, y'all, that's what I mean. Country sunsets are like the best. Cause the thing is, y'all in the country, you can see sunsets 10 times better than you can in the city. Honestly, I kind of wish in the city you could, because then imagine how cool that'd be. Seeing a sunset twice cool as that every day. But, and y'all, even the stars, it's the same way too. It's like, in the country, you can see the freaking stars 10 times than you could as well. Like, y'all, I used to be in the city, but, and, you could see the stars, but it was like, maybe a good few would pop up. Like, like, maybe 10 to 15 or 20. But out in the country, it's like hundreds. And it's like the coolest thing ever. It's almost like a freaking night project. Um, what I think, it's almost like a night projector, almost. Just like the coolest thing ever. It's just so cool. Even with the sunset, does the same thing too. It's like the it's like the biggest projector that you can see it out of. It's like, whoa, what did I signed up for. And I am a sunset addict. And I mean, ever since I came out here, I've been addicted. Ever since. It's incredible. But, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, got itch. Oh, hang on, let me erase this part of my boyfriend's schedule for yesterday, so that way I'm not looking at yesterday's schedule. There we go. And little do we know, we both work tomorrow, which I knew that already. But me, it's 9 to 1, him, it's 2:30 to 11. And so, yeah. And I mean, with me, hopefully, knock on wood, if all of this chaos can ease down a little bit, which hopefully it does. Which, I mean, you know, the crazy part, Tay, it's just really just been. It's really just been the headache part until like a couple hours ago. Then it kind of started doing a repeat of yesterday, where it was like that plus my stomach plus me feeling a slight dizzy. So that's great. So it's literally doing a freaking redo for it. And so, yeah, it's kind of insane how just we'll keep doing it too. But it's wild. And so, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, yeah. Anyway. And y'all, something about me, I will say this to those of you that are new here. I will say this. I'm, how many people would I say that'd be? I will say this. I am very true with myself on here. Like, y'all, there's times I will show you guys snippets of, actual emotion, not just faking it behind the camera, because y'all, the thing is, no one knows what's going on behind the camera with anybody. Like, no one rarely shows a sneak peek of what actually is going on like that. And I'm literally one in a few that will show actual true sides. And y'all, the thing is, they just do that just to show and make them think, oh, they have this perfect life when they don't. Y'all, no one does. We wish we would, but nah, that's never even possible. So with me, I literally show you guys almost everything. Like moments when I'm not at my best, and then moments when I'm feeling great and normal, and then sometimes occasionally I'll come in here either when I'm somewhat not well or in the middle of it. Like an instance, today's an example of that, but it really shows you guys that we're human and not just someone just trying to act it behind the scenes. And so, yeah, that's just what happens and all that. And so, yeah. Anywho, your streams are getting hundreds of views, and you're getting dozens and dozens of watch hours. You'll be monetized soon, then you'll make money from YouTube. Oh my god. Stay there to see your new Do you know the song that goes like, hello, hello? I don't think so. From all that, to answer your question, standard. Um, but hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, not that I can think of right now. That I pretty much would know it on top of my head, or at least parts of it on top of my head. But yeah, and yeah, that's what we're doing right now, though, y'all. But I'm not really gonna be on here much longer. And all that. I'll be on here for maybe a couple more minutes, and then I'll call it. And all that. What I will need to do real quick is get my alarm set, just so that way, if I do wake up by my alarm, because I will set it regardless, it's have it to where if I wake up feeling better, then you know I'll go to work tomorrow. But if not, I'll probably stay home or just go in anyway. But just try to do the best I can, which hoping I'm not having to try to do a repeat of Monday. That's just not. I mean, the best part, y'all, is I only work 2 days a week. That's the best part with me. Just awesome. Because, because I get a lot more off days, which is amazing. And all that. Especially for someone who's just starting in the job field. And all that. And so, and all that. Do you. But, and then even I need to still, even I'm still, I need to actually freaking debate on what shirt I'm even wearing tomorrow out of these 3 back here, but I need to get my hand. Need to clock in real quick. Let's see. I have a full-time job that's 40 hours a week, and a part-time that's 20 per week. It's a nightmare. Oh gosh. Brahma, that's insane. My dog. What the heck? Sorry, my dog's dreaming next door. That's why I just heard that too. I'm like, what the? Until she started dreaming out of nowhere. But yeah, dogs do that. And I mean, there's a couple of occasions I've heard her do that, but it's not new. So yeah. So for somebody that just heard that, do not be alarmed. That was just a freaking dog. Once again. Yeah, and I'm about to look for music in just a minute. Well, like great, but like just a little. Let's see. Let me make sure this clock's on the right time. It is. It's a good thing with the headphones, you just make it go. Yep. Just turn it on. Okay. Sorry, I was turning my alarm on and making sure it's on the right time too. So, and yeah, and all that. But yeah, and Brahma, that's insane though. Like, cool. Working 2 jobs, that's crazy. Like, that's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that really is impressive. Like, for me, I have a part time job that I work 4 hours. I literally work 4 hours each week, so in math orders, it's like 12. It's at least 10 to 12 hours altogether, which, and I will say this, working a 4 hour shift already feels like, it already feels like eternity. Like, it already feels like I'm working more hours than I am, honestly. Because y'all should see me, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all should literally see me just coming out of work every day for like those 2 days, not every day, but on my days, I am exhausted. Like, my feet are mostly killing me, even though I'm wearing tennis shoes that are pretty comfortable. And I'm just half alive, even if I get good sleep. But luckily, I take naps though. Like, that's literally what I put on my after work schedule is come home, relax for a few minutes, and crash for like an hour just to recharge. And then just, you know, and then I'm off for a day, and then go back in the next day, and then after that, I'm off for the rest of the week. Like, for example, after tomorrow, I'll be off for the rest of the week until Monday, which is the best, and all that. And so, um, and I am so thankful I am not working 4th of July weekend, because, God, imagine how that would go. But, yeah. But a moment of truth, though, is finding out if my boyfriend's working Saturday or not. I will be shocked, actually, if I'll be shocked if he ends up working 4th of July weekend. Like, I'll actually be pretty shocked. And right now it's like a 50-50. Because I only know, like, I only knew, like, that. Right now, the current half his schedule I know is all the way up to Friday. In which I am gonna, which I've asked him to be sure to, I kind of gave him a heads up to by Friday or even later this week to try to send me his schedule. That way I can get the next half of that so I can start writing it down on Friday. And that'll give me a sense of, okay, you're off this day, then, you know. But I swear, it'd be crazy if you did. But yeah, about um about 30% of the staff where I work have learning disabilities or are handicapped. They're the best workers. Everybody else is so lazy. Oh, hey, at least those coworkers are pretty good, other than the rest of them. And I'll tell you where I work, a good majority of everyone is about, not everyone, but at least some of my coworkers. Like, kind of the best part where I work is a good amount of my coworkers are at least are close and within my age group. So some people might be close to my age and some people might be 30s, 40s, and then maybe one or two are within like the older category. But the best part is there are some coworkers that I do work with that are at least within like twenties, their 20s, teens, and up, and all that, which is pretty cool. So I'm not the only younger one, thankfully, on the job. So that makes me feel pretty good. Even I wouldn't be ashamed of that, but you know, that makes me feel going good knowing that I'm working with that I do work with some people around my age, and I'll get to know some people that are close enough to me and all that. Just pretty cool. But yeah. Landon. Hey, hey, Landon. To answer your question about days, it's been alright. I've been trying to recover from just the chaos of the day. What is your job? I am a thrift store worker. So really enjoy it. Let's just say, long story short, I work in retail. Let's just put it that way, 'cause I do all kinds of stuff. So really, my work days are like when I work and all that. I do all kinds of stuff from walking back and forth to the store building and then to our warehouse building that's next door. Because some parts of my job is I do things that might require me going in the back and then putting it in the front to display, but also making it look good. But yeah, I do all kinds of stuff there, y'all. So, for example, I'll give you some of the stuff I've done so far. Like, so far, I've done things from linens to racks, meaning making sure that items haven't fallen and making sure it looks nice, and also making sure sizes are staying in the right group and not one size trying to go into a different category by accident, or even someone trying to put them in the wrong spot as well. And just making sure everything is staying where it's supposed to be and every item is grouped with the right things and all that, and then just making sure it looks nice so when customers come in, they know where to go and where to look and not have issues. And then I've also priced, um, well, actually, some other things I've done too are tagging items, and y'all, I actually learned how tags get put onto clothes on like my first or second day, and it was like the coolest thing ever. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. And so sometimes I do that. Yeah, and even I kind of never thought. I mean, even I've kind of thought too. I'm like, I wonder how tags get onto clothes, and I now knew how they were doing it in general. Be like, that's like which is literally using a tagging gun. Like, y'all, that just felt when I did that for like the first time, it felt. I mean, the first maybe one or two things, okay, kind of was a little eh, on the nerve side because that was new to me. But after that, I got the swing of it, and it was like the coolest thing ever. I'm not gonna lie. Because even I learned how to tag like pants, shirts, you name it. And a lot of these things were like pre donation to shipments that came in and haven't been displayed yet. And then also, I've done things of like putting hats out too, like ball caps, cowboy hats, you name it. And then all kinds of stuff, and even putting like women's clothing from bras to dresses, shirts, pants, belts. And my dog's doing it again. But yeah, all kinds of stuff. And then even also something I've done too is I've done a lot of stuff, y'all. But some other stuff I've done too is hanging up all the men's ties. Sorry, my dog is literally dreaming next door, so don't be alarmed by the sounds next door. I swear, y'all, dogs' dreams, like, the way they dream is insane. But also, it's like, you wonder what they're dreaming about sometimes from, like, a distance, too. And even, I mean, there's been times I've heard her dream from here, too. But, y'all, that's also the thing, too. When you live in a one-story house, y'all, you can hear everything 10 times clearer than you could. I mean, yes, you can hear stuff a little bit in a two-story, but like up to like maybe 5 times all that. So it wouldn't be as terrible, but enough where it won't be like direct on. But then when you're in a one-story, it's like, God, hearing stuff like that is insane. And so, but yeah, even I've done things from like also men's ties, belts. I'm trying to think what else I'm gonna put in. Even putting like kids stuff out too, like a couple of like kids hats or toys, make sure they're in the right spots. And then also baby stuff like blankets, make sure it went where it's supposed to go. But yeah, I mean, I've been honestly, I've been kind of half everywhere so far. And yeah, it's crazy. So Lily, I have for me, the majority is I've been on foot for most. And I will say this though, y'all. If I had to pick a least favorite thing I've done so far within the 5 weeks I've been working to almost a month as of tomorrow morning, aka July 1st, even though the night will technically will say that. It's just crazy to believe that. Can't believe that though. Is um linens, y'all. And that's things from bed sheets to comforter sets, throw on blankets, pillowcases, towels, you name it. And y'all, and shower curtains too. And all that, and rugs. Just all the essentials that you would use. And I will say this for reference. Sometimes there are sometimes, y'all, when I'm doing them, when I'm doing linens, I am having to fight. Like I'm almost having to go into war with either a um with either a bed sheet or a curtain or a top sheet or anything, because for reference, y'all, I'm 5'3", and the majority of those are longer than me. Oh, y'all literally should see me just trying to, I mean, y'all should literally try to see me just try to get one of those things put together. And for someone who's twice as short as that, Lord have mercy on me. So literally with me, it's like a freaking war zone, just trying to get it, just to try to get it to cooperate. And that's just what you do when you are a shorty like that. And yeah, it's crazy. I swear, it's pretty wild. So, like, for example, imagine me trying to fold this blanket, this comforter as an example. Cocoon. That would be a nightmare. Like, that would actually make me go insane. Because again, I am that short to it. And I've already done a lot of folding stuff like that already. I mean, I love what else I love everything else I do, but that's just at least it's one thing. So at least that's like the only thing I've hated so far. I've kind of not liked about my job sometimes, but everything else is done pretty well. Other than that, but hey, I'll take it. I'd rather, and even I kind of rather it be kind of simple than it being like extremely terrible. But also sometimes with linens too that I've hated so far is one or two items can be dusty or even just even the fibers on them will start getting y'all disgusted too, which is like ugh, and all that too, just we all know how that goes too. And so, um, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, um, yeah, it's pretty cray. But, um, yeah, so, um, anyway, yeah, it's crazy. And so, um, that's crazy. Anywho, that's what's going on there, though, y'all. But yeah, I mean, I've just been chilling. I need to actually take my second run of meds here in a minute as well, just so that way that's covered. And then, I also need to get. I need to, well, really, after I need to really figure out of 3 shirt options, which one I'm going with tomorrow for work, most likely, and all that. Because, sometimes it gets tricky just to pick. And so, yeah. Hey there, paper. I can see that you're new. But yeah. So, yeah. Anywho, that's what's going on there. Trying to pull this point up. But yeah. Oh my gosh, some of these letters are crazy. Anyway, yo, let's go 13 likes. Yo, that's nuts. Wow. To think that's wild. These side effects are killing me. But anyway, yeah. So, um, yeah. Hang on. Let's see here. Anyway. And all that. Actually do to actually answer that comment, I'm actually 20. I'm actually a 20-year-old, almost 21-year-old. And I don't even go to school. And all that. It's like 1:30 right now for me. It's like an hour before y'all right now. Which is actually crazy. And all that. But yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, we're just chilling for a minute and all that. And then, yeah, that's just what's going on there, y'all. Anyway, y'all, I probably will go ahead and get off because I am not really feeling too great, but I've not felt good all day and all day of yesterday. And yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here and let's just hope y'all, fingers crossed, that tomorrow this stuff, this crap of mine goes. Like, I just pray that whatever a lot of this chaos is, that it just is done for tomorrow because I really don't want to have to pull. I really do not want to have to try to pull a Monday version of what at work, what I had to do. And so, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, brush my teeth, and pick a top for work, and then try to crash in hopes that all this is done for, please, tomorrow, so I don't have to feel miserable all day tomorrow. So, anyway, the next day I'll be back with y'all is Thursday. So I'll see you guys back in it Thursday.